Good morning, everybody. This is Alicia Nightingale with Windermere Columbia River Gorge, sitting here with Caitlan Cullen. She is manager of real estate for Under Canvas, which is a really epic glamping company all over the country. So super excited to hear what brought her to the Gorge and what brought Under Canvas to the area. Caitlan?
Thanks, Alicia. Thank you for having me over to talk about this. It's so awesome. It's been great. I've spent a lot of time coming up here to the Gorge in the course of developing this project and looking for a property, and super thrilled about bringing one of our camps to the area. I guess I'll jump into a little bit about Under Canvas, what we do, where we come from, all that fun stuff. And actually, I'll start with glamping as a concept first, because for some people, it's totally new. Other people have heard it all over the place. It's very popular on social media right now. So glamping, of course, being a mashup between glamour and camping. So it's taking camping, just frankly getting outdoors, but putting a nice touch on it. So it can come in a lot of different forms. It could be tents that are already set up for you. It can be an Airstream. It can be tiny houses, little cabins, and things like that. And our brand of glamping particularly is all about canvas tents set up. So Under Canvas started back in 2008, 2009 by a husband and wife couple, Sarah and Jake Dusek. And they loved the safari experience and wanted to kind of bring that concept back to the States and bring it to the top outdoor destinations like national parks and things like that.
Oh, okay.
And provide that opportunity for people to get outdoors and have greater access to the outdoors, but through a little bit of a nicer lens. Because frankly, you know, camping can have a really high overhead, going and buying all this stuff.
All that. Yeah.
Exactly. And that barrier to entry too, for some people who haven't camped, I should say, before, that fear factor maybe of getting out into nature for the first time can be real for folks. Or it can be an accessibility issue too. Like somebody might not be up for camping and sleeping on the ground anymore. They want to sleep in a raised bed kind of thing. So they started the company and quickly grew it from one camp all the way up to 7.
Wow. Where are your
throughout
locations?
The country. So I'll try and make sure I don't miss any of them.
Yeah, no worries.
Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone, Glacier, Zion, Moab, Great Smoky Mountains. We had a pop-up going in Tucson for a while, and we are actually really excited. We just announced 2 new camps, one in Acadia out in Maine, and that's going to be coming around next year. We actually just opened up reservations for it, and then Lake Powell in Utah as well.
Oh, that's so awesome. And about how big are the camps?
So it totally varies place by place. We have some. Yellowstone, I think, is our biggest right now at about 100 tent sites. Okay. And then we have other ones that drop down to 40. And really, we've grown into those locations. In some places, we've just had demand go gangbusters, especially right now, as everybody's wanting to get outdoors as their type of vacation. And so we're going and growing with that demand.
Oh, that is so exciting. So what exactly do your particular tents look like as far as amenities and layout and things like that?
Totally. Yeah. And I wish I had a little bit of visuals, but
that's all right. No worries.
I'll try and be descriptive as possible. Yeah. So ours, picture like a white canvas minor tent. Okay. Straight sides, but we have a little bit of flair on it. It's actually a design that Jake came up with, and we've evolved it to a bunch of different forms. We have some that are called like stargazer tents, and that one's particularly cool. Your bed sits with a view to the stars open above you. We have some bigger ones that have like ensuite bathrooms, which is particularly nice if you've ever gone camping and had to enjoy that of getting out of your tent.
Don't want to squat behind a tree?
Exactly. we put that inside your tent for you.
Yeah, okay.
Other locations where we have trees that can lend themselves to tree houses, like Glacier.
Okay.
We've done interesting things there. So it's kind of an ever-evolving tent design. And basically, the tents are up seasonally. Of course, camping in the winter is not everybody's cup of tea. And so we operate during the months that are better for that. And those tents come down at the end of the season. And then we have a central lobby tent that is just this really cool design.
Oh, cool.
And it acts as like the central hub for everybody. It's where you check in. Okay. It's where you go ask, hey, what hikes do I go do? Where do I go rafting? All that fun stuff. And it's frankly the only electricity access.
Great. Yeah. Okay, so no electricity. What about internet? Do you guys provide internet or?
Yeah, so we don't.
Okay.
Because really we're about getting people to connect with whoever they're out camping
Yeah.
with, connect with nature, kind of take away that little level of connection to the broader
Distraction.
world. That distraction.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Oh, I love that.
really, we like to call them intentional inconveniences for our guests.
Okay.
And so that's no Wi-Fi, that's
Yeah.
taking no electricity at the tent. So you
Yeah.
have your solar lights to get out there, your little lanterns once you're there.
Yeah.
You have, we do a lot of low flow features for different water service around our camp just to make sure we have a really low impact. So that's like spring loaded faucets in our bathrooms or pull chain showers.
Oh, okay. So you're taking water conservation really into consideration as well.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. That's so perfect. So, I mean, you're outdoor enthusiasts, not only to play, but also to preserve Mother Nature.
Exactly.
Perfect.
The only reason our camps exist is because of Mother Nature.
Yeah.
And you know that saying, nature is the best architect. So we're not going in to mess with anything around that. We're just kind of bringing our camp in and fitting it the best we can onto the site without disturbing.
Okay. No, that's so perfect. So you guys have identified a place here in the Gorge, right?
We have. It was quite the search process.
Yeah.
You know, when we first start identifying where we want to go, first we're looking at, hey, what is a great outdoor destination? National parks are an easy one usually to say, okay, that's where people are going. But then there's a lot of other great locations like wild and scenic areas and national scenic rivers, things like that, that have the same kind of visitation, the same kind of amenities and joy to get outdoor that drive people there.
Yeah.
And so we honed in on this area, saw that there was tons of demand in the area. Back in 2016, I know there was a study of how many visitors, 2.1 million to the area.
To the Gorge.
To the Gorge.
Oh, yeah. We feel it when we drive downtown.
I know, exactly. And it's something I'm definitely familiar with coming from Tahoe and seeing the influx of people in the summertime. So we honed in on the area and then we said, okay, well, there's the logical spots, like Hood River is kind of the known thing, but there's so many other great locations around the Gorge in general that are beautiful and wonderful and deserve the attention too.
Yeah.
So we searched around for the right property, the right buyer-seller relationship, all of that, and found one that's out between Beezy and Hewsum over past White Salmon.
Oh, yeah. It's gorgeous out there.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. And so, I mean, where are you guys in that process right now?
Yeah, so it's a long road, definitely.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to just analyze a site and make sure it's the right move for us. Like you want to get in, you want to do your due diligence to see if there's anything that could stop you. And anything to be concerned about. Again, we don't want to go ruffling the feathers of nature.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're there for. So we move in to do a lot of due diligence, take a look at the site, and then we go through a use permit process. So this one is Klickitat County, a conditional use permit. And that is a process by which you submit a lot of materials about your due diligence and about your plans. And then they review it internally, send it out to outside agencies, let the public comment on it, all to make sure that it's appropriate for the setting. So we have that application in with the county and are just kind of moving through the process as best we can with the COVID timelines that we have.
How exciting. So, you know, when you guys move forward through this process and you get the go ahead, what does that look like for the community as far as like jobs and things like that? Yeah,
exactly. So when we pick out a site, we're making a long-term investment in the community. We like to purchase our properties. We really like to become a main player in a community and really grow those relationships. So one of the ways we do that is partnerships with local vendors. So we're in the business of being a place to have people put their head at night. And then we like to partner with other people who are in the business of like kiteboarding here in the Gorge or rafting and things like that, and make sure that we're going to the people who've been doing it for years and decades sometimes. So working with those folks, and then hiring local for our staff. So unlike a traditional campground where you might have one camp host and a couple hundred sites, and they have to manage all that, we actually have a really well-managed camp, well-staffed camp. So for example, 100-ish tent camp would have about 40-ish employees, give or take, and it always changes with like seasonal fluctuations and all that. And it's a range of part-time and full-time, everything from your management staff to the housekeeping, all those different roles around the camp.
Oh, that is so cool. So one of the things that I think has been a big topic